Today, on Be Something Wonderful, I kicked, screamed, yelled, and complained, and manifested it anyway. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Here we are in Barcelona, Spain, on the road traveling with another big video. One of you reached out again. This is someone that I shared her story before, where she wanted to move out of Silicon Valley and move to the beach. Massive manifestation. We did a big video on that to present her process, right? And she wrote again, said another big success story. And this had to do with a child support battle with her brother and his ex-wife. And the court was going to order him to pay $2,700 a month, leaving him with just $900, barely enough for him to live, right? She said that he could end up homeless, right? And I just want to remind you, the circumstances here were overwhelming, right? Here's what she said. When we received the news, we went on a rant, panic attacks, screaming down the street, you name it. She goes, I went as far as contacting lawyers. My brother was falling into a deep depression, and is putting it lightly. So her brother falling into a deep depression, her even reaching out to lawyers, knowing she's a creator, right? Keep in mind, this is her reacting, right? As we do in our physical, ranting and raving, panic attacks, screaming, all of that, still knowing herself as the creator and manifesting it anyway. Wow. Think about this. This is your power. To know that it doesn't matter what you do or don't do, or even if you scream and yell and have panic attacks, if you know yourself as the creator, it doesn't matter because you're going to manifest it anyway. You are source. I wanted to remind you this, you're never more powerful than when both inner and outer conditions and circumstances are a mess. Right, where you're feeling the thoughts and the feelings and the turmoil and what you call unwanted negative feelings, unwanted appearances, all of this. But none of it means anything and does nothing when you know yourself as the creator, when you know yourself as source, when you know yourself as all power, as all reality, as existence itself. This is her power. This is what she said. She goes, I know myself as source. This was shared to you when we talked about her moving out of her Silicon Valley to her beach house. So let's unpack this a bit. Her powerful process, I am. Her powerful process, think about this, is I know, even though I'm panicking, I'm feeling the negative thoughts, the negative feelings, I'm seeing the appearances. Me and my brother are going nuts. But I know myself as a powerful creator. And here's what she said, since I know I'm the creator, I only told myself, she said, a handful of times. Remember, it's not about how many times you repeat something. It's about in the moment as you say it, knowing that when you say it, it's always the first time. Do you see it? Even if we create that linear idea of repeating or repetition or robotic affirmations, every time you say it, it's always the first time in the now moment. And that's where your power is, always then. A handful of times. And she said this is what she said to herself. I can complain, I can yell, I can even search for lawyers, even take action. It doesn't matter because I know that everything works out in my brother's favor because it has no choice. Wow. This was her process. This is what she repeated a handful of times. And again, it doesn't matter how many times. It's every time you say it, you're saying it from source as the creator in the now moment for the first time. Do you see it? Because the only idea of repetition and that you're repeating things and that circumstances seem the same is in that 3D physical experience where we create this linear idea of frozen frames, right? Where it feels like things are not moving. In the now moment, she said this. It has no choice because you're reality, because you're source, because you're the creator. It must yield. The circumstances must yield to you. As I am awareness, as the creator, as source, to what you want and desire, no matter what. Well, according to this week and 3 days ago, they agreed on $500 a month. $500 from 2,700. That's power. That's raw power. No matter what you think, what you feel, what you see, what you do, know yourself as the one and only power and creator of your reality. You are reality. Remember I talked about this scene from The Chosen, that show where Jesus as your I am awareness, right? As your awareness of being. Jesus Christ as your Christ consciousness was about to go into Bethlehem during Passover. And he says to his disciples, no matter what you think or feel or see or do this week, and in other words, this week representing Passover, representing you, passing over to this new identity, this new state, this new reality in every moment. And he says, know that I loved you in this world, the physical world, know that I loved you as my own. In other words, it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. It doesn't matter what you're thinking, feeling, seeing, or doing. Know yourself as that source and creator, and it's yours, and it will be, and this is what she has demonstrated. I just want to show you, it's this idea of top down. It's law, I am. See, the middle can get messy with thoughts and feelings and appearances, but I am that I am. I am the one source, the one creator, the one existence, and I'm also the center of it. With the physically focused me, I am the center. I have a physical focus. But I know I am that I am. I know I'm the source. You see this. In the middle, yeah, sure gets messy. The appearances always get messy. Right? The thoughts and feelings. Here they're panicking. They're searching for lawyers, all of that. But I am the first and last, the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega. I'm all of it. And then as you stand in that knowing, even remember the frame's always changing. It looks like this. It looks like the physical circumstances are solid and in your face, but they're changing in every moment. She was changing the past, present, and future in that moment, creating it all. From those physical circumstances, from feeling all of that, seeing all of that, even searching for lawyers, still created the idea, still got the settlement that it's 500 and not 2,700. Wow. I just wanted to remind you that you can kick, scream, yell, complain, and manifest it anyway. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you for being with us. There's going to be more content coming as we make our way through Barcelona and then to Italy, on to Italy, and I'm going to have some more content for you, as always, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful in Barcelona. Until next time, we'll see you soon.